Right, so thank you, Margaret. Have a good morning. It's almost 9:30. Mark Whiteley is here waiting patiently. Now, Mark actually does spooky tours, ghost tours, don't you?
A ghost walk, yes, around Oldham.
Around Oldham. Oh, you've got a great voice to start with. You've got
I was
the ghost.
working last night, see.
Oh, really?
So it's a bit grainy.
You've got, oh, it's nice though, very, very nice. It kind of suits the ghost walks. So, yes, whereabouts do you go to and where are the potential ghosts in Oldham?
Well, we start at the Oldham Coliseum, which is one of the most haunted theatres in the country. But I found doing my research that lots of theatres are haunted. And I think it's because theatres are full of storytellers, if I'm honest with you. And then we have lots of superstition in theatre, you know, like
Loads.
Macbeth, you know, and loads of things. And then we go down Union Street and I talk about lots of things, really. Loads and loads of history, because it's an old place, Oldham. Goes, you know, Saxons, Normans, even medieval, and I just point out things of interest. So,
do you believe in ghosts?
Well, I took 6 months to do my research, not 6 months solid. You know, I'm not that committed. Yeah. But I met a lot of people. I got hold of a story, and then I met the people, and they believe what they told me. And when you talk to people that believe and are passionate, it kind of rubs off on you. So my mind is open.
Yeah, no, absolutely, fair enough. Ever anything kind of spooky happened to you?
Nothing spooky has ever happened to me. Although, I mean, we do walk the streets and the back streets of Oldham of an evening, and sometimes it does get a bit eerie, but I've seen nothing as of yet. Although, when I was doing my research, I went to a friend of mine runs a ghost evening where they stay up all night looking for ghosts, and I'm a bit of a skeptic, and I did sit there as I was walking around this house and saw a light, and I was really embarrassed to say anything until like the next day when I told my friend, and she went, "I can't believe it! Can't believe you didn't tell me." And I saw this little tiny green light.
Was it following you?
No, it was just in front of me.
Was it on your forehead?
It's one of those things, you know, when you're going, I'm not going to believe that, I've just seen that. I didn't see that.
And so how long have you been doing these ghost tours?
Next week, I'm doing one on Valentine's Day, will be my 6th.
Valentine's Day ghost tours?
Yeah, but you think about it. If you've just met a boy or a girl, and you're thinking, should I go to the pictures? Should I go to the pictures? No. Go on a ghost walk. You might even get a bit of a handhold.
Well, yes, absolutely.
That's
and if
what I'm thinking.
If a ghost arrives, you know, it could be full-blown hug, couldn't it? Yes.
Quite easily. And I think for something different to do on a Valentine's evening, you know, walking through a graveyard, I think it's classic.
And do you do a nightclub as well? Do you do the Butterflies nightclub?
We talk about this. Is a famous story from Oldham. Apparently, this story started in 1931. Do you want me to tell you the story?
Yeah, the Butterflies nightclub.
In 1931. It's been called lots of things. It's called the Astoria now, I think. The Beatles played there 50 years ago this week.
Yes, absolutely. This was Please Please Me, wasn't it? Yes.
And it would have cost you 13 pence to see the Beatles 50 years ago before they had a #1 hit.
Unbelievable.
Anyway. Back in 1931, a young man called John Lloyd was working there. They were turning it from a theatre into a cinema. And he woke up one morning screaming. He'd had a nightmare. And in his nightmare, he told his wife, it's documented, that he saw a lot of blood and heard a lot of men screaming. He was so shocked that he didn't go to work that day. 2 days later, he went to the Astoria and he was moving a roof beam. The rope snapped, landed on him, and he died. Cut to 1991, and it's now called Butterflies Nightclub, and it's a Saturday night, and it was in October 1991, and they locked up the nightclub for the night. The manager and the assistant manager went round the corner for a cup of tea, and the police rang at 4:30 in the morning saying the alarm's going off. So they raced back round to the nightclub, walked around the outside. Nothing, not a sign of entry anywhere. Opened up and went systematically through the building, found no one. They decided to go to the CCTV, and in those days it was on VHS video. And they played back the video, and at precisely 4:23, they saw a figure walk down the corridor and through a door. And this is from the Oldham Chronicle. Can I read you this? This is what the Chronicle said. When we checked the videotape, we found that we'd filmed something coming down the corridor who turned and walked through a closed cash office door. The door was shut. Indeed, the video showed it shut, yet the figure seems to go through it. So these two gentlemen, the manager and the assistant manager, rang the Cron, and the Cron were very interested in the story. The journalist from the Cron watched the videotape and he was impressed, but he thought that there might be two signals on the video. You remember the old VHS videos? You could record Minder, and then halfway through, the professionals would come through as well. So they sent the tape down to the BBC in Manchester, and one of your technicians at the BBC verified that there was only one signal on the video. And they said, yes, this is a true video. There's something happened that night. They sent the video back up to the Cron. En route, the video disappeared. But, yeah.
Can I just say we finish at 12?
I know. Yeah. I know, I did say, do you want me to say the tale?
I didn't know how long it was.
Well, I could say, come on Thursday, near the end of the story.
There you go, yes. What is the end of the story? Cut to the end.
So I'm there now. So the journalist, he's had the foresight to take some pictures, some stills, and they published this story. Daniel Lloyd, in 1991, saw the pictures in the Cron and recognised the figure as his dad from 1931, and they
it
did
was
a
well
comparison
worth the
stuff.
wait.
I know, I told you. And that is the Butterflies nightclub mystery.
Right.
Thank you and good night.
And with that, Marvin Gaye, and I think we needed a touch of sexual healing.